Alright guys, so what we got today, we got my Jackson Flying V. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting this thing in drop C. There are a couple things that you want to start out with when you're going to do a nice guitar clean. I've got my little helper right here. Say hi, Jake.
Hi.
Okay, first things you want to have, get you some Dunlop 65 guitar polish and cleaner. Use this on the body of your guitar. That's what that's for, to help shine it up, take off any gunk around the base of the pickups, just all over the finish of the guitar. Another thing we got here is we got some Proline lemon oil fretboard conditioner. This stuff will help the wood of your guitar neck stay fresh, slick, moist. It really helps the feel and helps the life of your guitar neck. And another thing I use gun oil, Remington rim oil. I use this on the machine heads on the tuning stock. This Jackson was a little bit more of a lower end model guitar, so the machine heads are not exactly the greatest thing in the world, and they're a little sticky, so I use this to help kind of free it up a little bit, and just general maintenance in general. Remington gun oil, great. Get you Allen wrenches, side cuts. You're going to need, for the setup purposes, for to set up the action, you're going to need a ruler that can adjust all the way down to 60/4 or 30 seconds. This one goes 30 seconds and 60/4, all right? We're going to use that later on when we set up our action, because what we're going to do is we're going to have to adjust the truss rod, we're going to have to adjust the action, all that stuff to set this up for a different tuning. And obviously you're going to have some small screwdrivers. I got a flathead and a Phillips here, and your strings of choice. For this project we'll be using Ernie Ball Power Slinkies 11 to 48, because we're going to be going drop C, and that's going to give us just the right amount of tension, I feel. Try it. Okay guys, here we go. I'm going to give you a little shot overhead of our guitar we're working with today. It's a Jackson Rhodes Flying V, just a lower end model, but it's really a nice guitar. It sounds good, really hot pickups on it. For a lower end model guitar, it's a great starter V. If I do say so myself, I've been happy with it. Plays really good. Alright, so we got those down. You know, strings are nice and floppy. We could just do really quick right here. We can just clip them. Boom. Because we're not going to need them anyway. Just leave them out there, bud. Woo. Whoa. And then, how do we put them back on? We just leave them right there for now, because like I said, it's all trash.
Okay.
Alright, now we're to the point we got the strings off. We'll grab our lemon oil right here. And all I use, guys, is I just use a shirt, man. You know, spray a little on there and to go to town on your neck, okay? And with lemon oil, what I've always found, I used to use pure lemon oil. What I found is that you really can't use it too much, okay? Be liberal with it. All you're doing is helping the wood, okay? So we're going to go through all that. I have this pillow here to just help rest the neck of the guitar on the pillow, to just help support it, you know? I mean, that's all we're doing. So I always put plenty on there, and I try and really work it in really good. Use some elbow grease, okay? See how much darker that makes that wood right there?
Yeah, because
it helps moisturize the wood. It helps freshen the wood up and really give it its life that it needs. So we don't want to use that. Now we're moving on to the polish. Same thing, be liberal with this. Alright? You can't have too much. Get every nook and cranny. Get that thing looking good, guys, alright? Get this thing nice and cleaned up. Take that bridge off there so we can get down in there. We're going to be adjusting all that action anyway. take care of your instrument. It'll take care of you, okay? Alright guys, what we're going to do now is what I use. I'm going to show you a few things. We got our gun oil for the machine heads here. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a mechanical pencil, or you can use any number 2 pencil for the nut right here where the individual strings go in. What I do, and I know there's different ways to do this, they actually do sell some things for this now, stringies and things like that, but I take a pencil and I use the lead to go in the individual string holders right there to help lubricate for when you bend the strings and things, and when you're tuning and things like that, you want that string to be able to move freely through there. So that just helps lubricates things, lubricates it up. So I'll just take a little bit of gun oil and just barely, just enough to get down in there. I mean, I'm barely putting anything in there. I don't want to make a gigantic mess all over my IU Hoosiers t-shirt there, you know. And then I'll take it and I'll just work them around, okay? Just like that. Just work that oil in right there, okay? That's all we're doing. We're just making sure to help ease the life, and when you're tuning and things like that, you don't want it to pull and slip and things like that. You want it to be a nice, smooth machine head for that string, so you can help tuning accuracy, alright? This is just how I do it. Maybe not everybody does this, but it's worked out over the years well for me. So, hey guys, now what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take the truss rod cover off the guitar for whenever. We're going to have it off anyways in case we need to adjust the truss rod to the action, because you got to have both things set up if need be. So we're going to go ahead and take that off now before we put the strings on, just for ease. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get these Ernie Ball power slinkies opened up. Get them strung up on this guitar. Remember, we're going 1148 on this, okay? Alright guys, we got our strings on now. Whoop, what did I just drop? I'm not sure. So now what we're going to do, what we got to do is we got to get this thing tuned up. We're going to tune this to drop C. And then we got to slowly adjust the intonation. And what's going to happen right there, I'll bring this in, you can see, maybe. Right here on this bridge, on the back side, it's hard to see from this angle, but you have screws that adjust each individual saddle back and forth, alright? First thing we're going to do is we're going to get and make sure, me personally, this is just how I do it. We're going to get our action set, alright? We're going to get it set to a certain height at each string on each side of the neck, okay? Once we get that set, then we'll tune it up, and what you want to do is, when you tune your open string, say your open low C, since we're going to drop C, you get that string in tune, alright? Then you come up and you hit the harmonic at the 12th fret. If that harmonic at the 12th fret is flat, that means that you need to bring the saddle, right here closer to the nut. Because if the open string is in tune and the harmonic is flat, that means it's vibrating at a lower frequency, which means that it's a longer string from that point, right? If you tune your open string and it's in tune, and then you hit the harmonic at the 12th fret and it's flat, you need to adjust the string saddle and bring it towards the neck. And just the opposite, if you tune your bottom string and it's in tune and it's sharp, you need to back the saddle away from the nut. All right, to lengthen the string out just a tiny bit. Intonation is very important for tone and everything else. If you want to sound good, if you don't want to sound amateur, intonation is that next level up. You've got to have good intonation. All right, guys, so we got our new strings on. We got this thing close to in tune. So what we can do now is I can take this and I can fine tune it, like I was talking about earlier, to get each individual string and each individual string saddle to where it's intonated. So that's what we're going to be doing next, and I'll get back with you as soon as we got that. All right, guys. So now we got all, like I said, we got all our strings on here. Now we're going to be actually setting up each individual string saddle and adjusting intonation on each string. So let's get to it. Actually like to do now, or what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to actually go through and pick out each individual fret on each string just to check for dead spots, to see if our action's too low. I'm going to set my action up before we actually set the intonation. Okay, so it doesn't sound too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go ahead and move on and set up our intonation on the saddles. Okay, so as you can see here, I went ahead and did all the intonation off camera just because it took a little bit. But what you can see is we got this pretty close. And what I always like to do, just to maintain tension across the neck as I do this, is something like you would always learn to do with the Floyd Rose. The little experience I've had in that. You start with the inner two strings and work your way out. So as you can see, get that. Okay, that's right in tune. Then you hit your harmonic at the 12th fret. That's actually working your way out. Let's try it again. That's pretty darn close. We got that all the way across, you know. And so on and so forth for each string. Enough, I mean, very, very little difference at all. It was actually these inner two strings that needed the most adjustment. The rest were actually just about dead on. So that really helped us out. So in conclusion, guys, we've taken this thing a long way. I feel a lot better about it. We're good on our intonation. Our truss rod adjustment worked wonders. Gave this thing a good bath, a good rub down with some lemon oil and some polish. This thing is going to be a fire-breathing axe, okay? I'm really excited to play this thing. So until next time, and just keep talking gear, guys, and keep it extreme, okay? God bless you guys. See ya.